Okay, welcome. This is part two today of our Spanish lesson, and this is when we'll talk about classroom procedures. Now, some of these won't apply to you all, but I want to hit the ones that are pertinent to grades and to your success learning language. So, first and foremost, I am Senor Hudson, and note how you spell senor, so you don't spell it like the English way that we spell senior citizen, Senior. Okay, senor. Um, I'm looking forward to meeting you guys and working together. Please reach out if you have questions. Okay. I think I talked about this. Yeah, I don't remember if it was in class with you all. This is how I know Spanish. This is kind of my experience. So, 2 years in high school, 2 years in living in El Salvador on a mission, 1 year at a Spanish call center. So, speaking with people from all over the world that speak Spanish with different accents and dialects, not being able to see their faces. So, just relying on the audio over the phone. So, I learned a lot there. And then I also used Spanish for 1 year working at a physical therapy clinic and being able to speak with them. So, that was beneficial as well. So, procedures. Just some housekeeping things for this class. We want to be able to do things as orderly as possible. I think at this point, you guys know the whole deal with online is canvas, canvas, canvas. And you can see, and hopefully you've been able to see on Canvas on my homepage, that calendar comes up. If you go to Spanish, I'm going to do my best to keep everything updated. I'm now going to shoot for 1 day before to have this up for the distance learners. That way I can go through it ahead of time and make edits while I'm recording it, and then it'll be easier for me live in person. So you guys will be the real guinea pigs here, so I can kind of workshop some of the content for the in-person class. So that's what we're here doing today. Um, Entrance, not applicable. Right after the bell rings, not applicable. What I'm going to tell you this is we are going to have a packet.
Zaire Diamond first. If you are in the
Just like
building,
real
please
life.
come to the main office.
Announcements right in the middle of class.
Zaire, if you are in the building, please come to the main
They keep
office.
going. So I will give you guys a packet for each unit. For online, I'm not gonna like load it into like a quiz on Canvas where it self grades and has all the A B C D and it's for. I'm just gonna give you the Google Doc, and I would expect you to either be able to print it or just fill it out on Google Docs. I'm hoping most of you guys know how to do that. If it doesn't, I'll put the link. You go to File, Make a Copy, and you'll have access. And that's something that will last you for a whole unit. So like unit one is introductions and greetings and like saying goodbye. Hello, goodbye, greetings, introductions, introducing yourself. And you will have a whole packet with ways to practice for that vocabulary, as well as you can take notes on some of the grammar. So we'll start with verbs and how the verbs have different endings on them. That'll be your packet you keep and save it on your Google Drive. Try to keep it organized. Have a folder. If you right click on Google and say create a folder, Spanish one, just keep everything in there if that's easiest for you. So apart from packets, I don't think much of this is going to apply. I am going to have, like I said, flashcards each day that apply to the day's lesson. So go through those. We don't need to worry about a lot of this. Dismissal, homework. Yeah, so homework, I really don't like being super heavy on homework when you guys have 8 classes and we have 86-minute class already in class. For you guys, it'll fluctuate because we don't have as much of the group work or the time to collaborate. It is more just individual, so it'll probably be a little shorter. But that being said, yeah, I don't like to give tons of homework, but there may be times where I'll say do this activity out of our packet, or I'll have like another worksheet to practice a skill on. There may be something that I won't use Google Classroom, so you just ignore this. And Duolingo. Oh, Duolingo or Senor Wooly. Senor Wooly has Spanish music videos and activities that go along with it. So I will occasionally use those, but don't worry about setting those up yet. If you do, since you're here, um, if you want to set up a Duolingo, please, please use your granitesd.org, or like just use a login that you will remember. Because if I do assign, I'm able to make a Duolingo classroom, and I've done that in years past where I say, okay, I'm going to assign you the like food section of Duolingo. And if you don't use the same account, either it'll like set you back and you won't be able to access it, or it won't be able to notify me when you finished it, and I won't be able to grade it or give you credit. So just make sure you know what your login information is. Okay. Won't need to worry about this. Um, I do expect you guys to be paying attention. If you want to put me on 2 times speed for some of this, that's fine. When I don't recommend that when I'm speaking Spanish, because we'll want to go slow. Again, here we go. So grading, we are going to use proficiency-based learning. I'm under the assumption that most of you have seen that before, but for those who are not familiar, and this will be my first year implementing it, we've been talking about it as a district for the last few years, is that instead of just giving you, hey, 10 points for this assignment, you are given a standard. For example, and you can go into Gradebook or into Canvas. I have the standards listed under where it says outcomes in Canvas. There are like 9 or 10 different standards. So for example, I can understand words and memorized phrases when they're used in a conversation. And that's a skill that I'll give you a 1 through 4. 4 being like I'm a master at it. I could probably teach it to somebody else. You can throw curveballs at me and I'm still getting it. 3 meaning I'm proficient. I can do the task. If you say something to me in a simple sentence or memorized phrases, I'll be able to understand it. A 2, I may need to repeat myself, but most of it you can do on your own. You're approaching proficient on your own. And a 1 is you're not proficient. Even with like help and repetition, you're still not able to get it. And we work at that. So hopefully we'll be able to track each student and how they're doing in each standard. And that's how we'll do grades this year, essentially. So in lieu of traditional quizzes, we will be doing PBL, which I might be able to quiz you on 4 or 5 different tasks in one quiz, and you'll get like a different score for each part of the quiz. So then it'll average together. Maybe you got a 4 in listening comprehension, but you got like a 2 on a speaking part. So your grade would end up being about a 3. And those will just apply to the different topics, food or clothing or school words or family words. And we'll just go through the year and the semester that way. Got it? All right. Chromebooks, don't need to talk about. We talked about this last time. Class culture is still relevant with us online. Maybe less so, but communicate. I'm here. Listen, guys, I'm here after school. I'm in a study room creating these videos for you. I'm open to communicate. So please don't hesitate to reach out to me on Canvas. My email is online, pshudson@graniteschools.org. Just message me, let me know. I'll try my best to get back to you within 24 hours. And I'll try to do some discussions or video assignments so I can actually see you face to face. We have things like Flipgrid where you can easily record yourself and it's private. I can set it to private, or I can set it to where only the students in our class can see each other, and then you can respond to each other in Spanish. That's an option we have. So I don't want you to feel like you're out on the wings here being online. Yeah, parts of learning a language. We got verbal, we have reading, writing, and speaking and verbal, essentially the same thing. What I mean by this is understanding when someone's speaking. If someone speaks, I can understand them. Reading words that are written, writing myself, and then speaking. And then the other subset of that is culture, which we will kind of periodically stop and focus on, like a little bit about Spanish culture, their history, Cinco de Mayo, Dia de los Muertos, Independence Day of Mexico or other Spanish-speaking countries, which are, I think, relevant things to know. Okay. Some of the tools that we have, like I said, I think some of these we've already seen. What I really want to get to now is the next part of this, which is, we've already done this. Great. So we're going to go on to classroom phrases.